Get going. So, Twilio Video. We have native mobile SDKs and web SDKs in the language of your choice to create real-time synchronous video conversations with up to 4 people using WebRTC. So, peer-to-peer conversations with up to 4 people on iOS, Android, or web. If it's cool with you, I'll just show you how it works on web. Does that sound good? Cool. First thing that we need is a token. This is going to be the quarter that makes our video conversation go. And to set this up in our console, we have a little testing tool that you can use to create a new token for yourself. I'm just going to create a token for Rob. I'm going to copy that token, and then I'm going to paste it into our script. Then we are going to create an access manager. The access manager is going to serve as our concept of identity inside our conversation. It's going to take a token as its constructor argument. And then finally, I'm going to create a new Twilio video conversations client with that access manager as well. So with all that done, I should have a working client to communicate with Twilio Video. Next up, we've got to create the conversation. First thing we'll do is connect to Twilio by making our client listen. And that's going to return a promise, which will be the indication that we have successfully connected to Twilio, which we'll put out to the console. Next up, we will invite to a conversation my buddy Pat, which is going to return a promise that will give us a conversation object. And that's where the real fun begins. We'll take that conversation. We're going to grab the local media, that is to say we're going to grab the camera and microphone from my machine. We're going to attach it to that div that we created that was called Rob. Then we are going to listen for a participant to connect to our conversation, which is going to give us the participant object, which will represent Pat in this conversation. And we'll take that participant media and attach it to Pat. So, quick bit of authentication. We connect to Twilio, we invite Pat to the conversation, we attach the 2 media streams to our 2 divs. Guess what, y'all? We should be done. Let's see if it works. Cool. So, Pat is going to go ahead and click refresh on his thingy, and then I am going to go to my localhost. I'm going to pop it up a bit. And bingo bongo, y'all! We have Pat Maltech on the screen.
How did it know who Pat was when he said invite Pat?
How do we know what Pat was? Through the argument right here to the invite to the conversation. So the authentication mechanism allows you to place an arbitrary string when you're creating this token. And that arbitrary string is how you identify each member of the conversation.
So that was when that token was created.
That's correct. Now, these tokens don't have to be generated in the console. I can show you how to set up your environment so you can generate them yourself. That testing tool just makes it really fast to get set up. Great question. Cool. Awesome. That's all my time. Thanks a lot, guys.
As Oliver mentioned, if you guys want training sessions where there's a classroom there and everybody's prepared to, so just let us know, and happy to set that up for you guys.
So we're going to talk really quickly about who JW Player is and sort of what we do and what we offer. So JW Player is a video player that's available on websites, works with JavaScript, but it also does support certain media formats and Flash as well, depending on which way you want to render it. So it works in the most popular browsers, works on a lot of mobile operating systems, and a lot of basically everywhere that you want to play video. JW Platform is another product that we offer. It's for hosting and streaming. That also has an API. Both of these have APIs. So both on the client side and for uploading and managing your content. So who am I? Really quick introduction. I'm Andrew Kowalski. I'm a product manager at JW Player. We used to work with the support team, and I worked on a lot of our documentation. So as you guys sort of look at our documentation, if you end up using us, feel free to come over, ask me any questions, give any feedback about that. Happy to listen and sort of help out with that. And my time on the support team, I've also worked on a lot of stuff with our API. So again, any questions, any best practices, things like that, come over and talk to me. I'm friendly, I promise. And we're throughout the day going to have a lot of different developers, engineers from JW Player who are going to be assisting us as well. So feel free to pick their brains and say howdy. So sort of a quick overview of how people use this. So we work with a lot of publications and broadcasters. So certain media companies host their content with us. They embed it on their webpage. Businesses and institutions use it sort of internally with streaming to sort of play their training materials. And developers and agencies also use this for advertising. We do have a very big section for advertising as well. So really quickly about our API. We have, again, it's all JavaScript based. It works across the map, so whether you're using our Flash providers for things like FTP or RTMP, that sort of thing, it'll basically work universally. We have a brand new developer site that we released a few weeks ago that has tons and tons of examples on it, so I definitely suggest you guys check that out. They're all live examples. You can see all of them on GitHub. You can see all the source code, and you can kind of, again, get a great idea of how you can potentially use us in your projects. And we also are trying to expand and share out a lot more on social media, on GitHub, on Twitter, all that stuff, so definitely try to ping us on that as well. In addition to just the API, we also have a lot of styling options, so we use CSS for all of our controls. It's fully customizable. We also offer you a variety of pre-made skins if you choose to use those as well. Definitely up to you. And we are responsive, so that means we grow, we shrink, depending on a lot of things on the page, if your window is bigger or smaller. And we also support client, FCC, compliant captions, and also metadata. So if you have an HLS stream rather, with metadata inside of it, we can pull that stuff out and do some really cool interactions with that on the page. Again, see our support site and our developer site. So this is one of our clients, Red Bull. They have a great implementation that kind of sets up with our API and also uses some styling. They've created sort of a custom playlist on the side using our API to line things out, and a custom overlay that also leverages our API. So yeah, that's basically, I'm assuming that's our 3 minutes. But,
3 minutes.
Come find us, we're friendly people. Here's some folks that work at our company.
And the gentleman in Viking costume actually helps run our media services department. So he's not going to be here today, unfortunately, but he's going to pose a hat. Yep, so that should be it. Is that 3 minutes?
Yeah.
I'm Andy from Embedly. I'm an engineer there. I'm going to make this short and sweet. So at Embedly, what we do is make it easy for you to embed all kinds of media into what you're working on. Today, I'm going to focus on video stuff. So basically, you give us a URL for any site that does video, like YouTube video, Facebook, Instagram, Vine, and we're going to give you back a nice looking embed like this. So for today, we have a few tools that I think will be useful to people here. So we have 2 APIs that you can use to get embeds. One for client-side API calls, one for server-side API calls. A little bit of integration, but once you get that, we will give you back like a JSON response with iframes to embed videos. It looks really good. There's also an easier way to do it. If you just want to do this in JavaScript, you can include our cards library. And you can just drop in simple embeds that look nice and freestyled like this, just by including an A tag for whatever URL you want to embed. So super easy, great way to embed video for your project, and it will save you a lot of time. There's a couple other tools we have around our embeds. So we have a JavaScript library called Player.js that lets you basically control all of your embeds. So you can like skip around and start playing and stop the video. And so any embeds that you do through us, you can control those with our Player.js library. That's cool for implementing something like scroll to play, which is super, super hot thanks to Instagram and Facebook. We also have a video hosting service, so if you have a project where your users are uploading video, we can help you with that. And then also real-time analytics on all of our embeds, which can be kind of cool to look at. We have a separate API for that if you want to include that in your project. If your project today is going to use video embeds, you should use us. It will make your project easier, make it look good. I'm going to be around. I have cool t-shirts over there like this. Come see me. I would be happy to help. And there's some links to documentation. Thanks a lot.
Hi everybody, my name is Jason Schneider with Internet Video Archive. In short, we work with over 1,200 publishers from around the world to aggregate movie and TV previews and video game trailers, as well as all the extras. We power video for some of the largest names in entertainment on the web and around the world. What we know is everyone loves trailers. And in 2013, the Diffusion Group did a study, so the number one piece of entertainment-related video that consumers seek is a trailer. With IPA, we offer the world's largest catalog of movie and TV trailers and extras. You can very easy to use IPA's APIs to automate trailers into any platform or app. We're partnered with all the major metadata companies from around the world, Rovi, Gracenote, Ericsson, IMDb, IDER, etc., which makes integrating our trailers into existing businesses very easy. Along with our extremely easy to use and simple APIs to return metadata and video in either JSON or XML. We also have the right video formats that fit any screen or implementation, from adaptive streaming to an array of MP4 formats that all the content comes in. For today, we're actually offering a prize for the team or developer with the best use of our content. They'll win $200. So if you want to, head on over to our website and sign up for a free developer account. I've also posted a note on the Slack API channels that has information on the enterprise account you guys will have access to today. Chat with me on Slack, develop something really cool, and win some money. That's what I got. So thank you guys for your time.